Welcome to the documentary, dude! Subscribe to my channel. Welcome to my second YouTube video for this channel. Here I am with yet another amazing documentary for those aviation lovers out there. Travel has never been more accessible. Airplanes make it so easy to travel and allow us to visit new places and meet new friends. But even with the big craze for travel, we often don't think about the runway. You all might think that a runway is just a piece of cement that allows planes to take off and land. While that is true, many people underestimate the thinking that goes behind creating and maintaining it. Sure, it is a piece of cement, but it is so advanced that it's hard to wrap your head around the sheer amount of instruments that are designed specifically for them. Material for runways. Most runways are made from two materials. These are concrete and asphalt. These two materials are really strong and they bind well together, allowing a strong surface to form, which can support the pressure put by the planes taking off and landing. Another reason concrete and asphalt are chosen is that they are quick to dry and use while remodeling a runway, since keeping runways closed is expensive for the airport. In places with small planes landing, the runway can also be made out of sand, grass, or even dirt. Steps for building a runway. Every single detail has to be taken into account while making a runway. Every single number has to be accurate, or else it will cause crashes of planes. Here are the steps to build a runway. I will try to keep it as brief as possible. First, the length and the width of the runway needs to be determined. The numbers have to take into account many things like wind speed and direction, altitude, average local temperature, and the types of aircraft that will land. Secondly, a spatial analysis needs to be done, considering that the planes have to taxi before and after takeoff and landing. A shorter route would be better, as it will result in less taxi time, less carbon emission, and happier passenger feedback. Runway intersections are not very useful, as they cannot be used very efficiently. Once the location is decided, the internal design needs to be considered. The runway has a landing strip, a safety strip, and a grassy area. All three are from the directed use of the runway. Then the lighting and the markings are added. There are many different lightings. The start of the runway has green lights, and the end of the runway has red lights. Beside them, they have blinking white lights. Inside the lights, there are threshold markings. At the runway, there are white markings indicating the edge, and halfway at the runway, or 200 feet before the ending, the markings turn yellow. 500 feet before the end of the runway, the color changes to red. A similar method is used for the center, and with a center line marking, it helps the pilot to align with the runway. Then for an optimal landing, a big set of parallel lines are placed with two pairs 500 feet before and after as well. The last marking is the number of a runway. Numbering a runway. Numbering runways is based on using the direction the runway is facing on the compass rose. If a runway was facing 274 degrees, then the runway would be named 27R, or runway 27. That is the simple method used all around the world for numbering runways. Sometimes there is a case of parallel runways, which means that there are two or more runways facing the same direction. In that case, they will call it runway 24 left, where L stands for left. In three parallel runways, they name it R27L for left, R27C for the center, and R27R for the right. Challenges of building a runway. Designing and building a runway is not easy. There are many long calculations, lots of data, and long hours of work needed to make a runway. Here are some of the challenges in brief. Dimensions. What planes are going to land here? What is their size? How frequent are the landings? How long and wide should the runway be? What are the different forecasts of how the weather will change, making it harder or easier to take off and land? What is the height of the place affecting the amount of lift that is generated? There are so many questions that need to be asked and calculated while making a runway. It becomes a tedious task. Slope. Is there any artificial slope required to allow faster stopping of planes and faster takeoff for planes? If so, what will be the angle of the slope? Obstacles. Are there any obstacles nearby for planes to outmaneuver and watch out for? Will this change the requirement for the direction and the length of the runway? An example for this will be in Paro Airport in Bhutan. Located in a valley near the Paro River, pilots have to maneuver through the mountainous terrain with lots of dangerous weather conditions, making it a runway with many obstacles around it. Topographically generated turbulence. Is the runway in a place with many crosswinds, making it very hard for planes to land? If so, is there any method to fix it? Same to the example before, turbulence can cause some errors or even crashes in planes. Spoiler alert! I will be uploading a series of documentaries talking about each state of the world's most populated country, India. So stay tuned for that. I hope this video gave you some more information and you liked it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to stay tuned for future documentaries that are coming out soon.